Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're now seeing a lot of people on the PlayStation Network getting a little bit on the upset side, and people kind of calling out PlayStation for being lazy, dumb, unoriginative, and basically expecting a lot more on the overall platform itself. Now, do I agree with this? Well, we're going to go and talk about it all throughout this video, but as of right this second, I think a lot of folks out there are, well, curious and scared about the future of some creativity when it comes to PlayStation consoles as a whole. We also have some pretty cool news, some brand new games, a lot of other various things too, some contrarian things as well, so I always want to hear all your thoughts and comments down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch one down below, the Samsung phone pre-orders as well, also linked down below, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Let's go dive on into the video itself. So if you guys missed it, we actually have a pretty cool and brand new update that came out with the PlayStation consoles. Now, I thought they were kind of cool, I thought they were kind of nifty, and I did enjoy them, but right now it kind of seems like people are now going a little bit on the viral side, both on Twitter, on Reddit, on various websites such as even Kotaku, which I'm going to be highlighting right now, kind of calling out PlayStation as a whole for being unoriginative. So I think basically that the console itself needs a lot more help and work, and they need something a little bit cooler and more poppy and flashy to make people actually intrigued in what they're trying to sell. Now we're going to go talk about this because yesterday, if you guys missed it, there was a brand new PlayStation console cover release. We talked about it, we showed it up on the actual video itself, and I think at the end of the day, it was all around a pretty cool thing. Like, I liked it. I thought the colors were cool, and I can show you guys all of them as of right this second. And a quick scroll through, they were just basically the PlayStation 5 Slim Edition with the silver, the blue, the red, and everything all put together. I think they turned out nice. I like the matte finish. They look very, very glossy, and at the end of the day, they are still something that we had before, but it seems like a lot of folks are kind of calling this on out. I thought it looked nice. Like, I genuinely think this looks kind of cool. Like, I like it, I vibe with it, it's cool. But now we're actually seeing people out here coming out here stating where they're saying the new PS5 Slim colors from the CES are so damn boring. Nintendo and Microsoft are leaving Sony in the dust when it comes to unique colorways, and as well as kind of calling out the fact that they've already been done. So this has kind of been mimicked a little bit on the social media. I don't think on the high level these PlayStation like discs or covers are like the biggest priority. Like, I kind of care more about having a good game and making sure people can buy and get and receive their consoles, and the consoles work, work. And as of right this second, the bare minimum is all good. But I do appreciate and I do like the bonus stuff. I'm not gonna go take away my opinion from yesterday. I think they all look cool. Am I ever going to buy one? Did I even say I was going to buy one yesterday? No, because I just don't think it's really worth the extra 50, 60 bucks. And while at the same time it is cool, it's nifty, it's just not something I will probably spend the money on. Now, though, that doesn't mean that I think they're bad or gross, but I do want to agree with the kind of the contrarian take on this one because we're seeing a lot of it more popping up, and I want to agree that they probably should do a little bit more. I did go mention that video talking about how there's like the cool LeBron James collab. They also had things with the Spider-Man consoles, and I do think those turned out very cool. But the one thing they kind of did stink was that there was also other third-party websites and companies that made even cooler designs within a smaller time frame of knowing they came out and released them, and they were pretty much the same comparable thing, if not maybe even cooler, and also if not even a better system. So in terms of things about like internal like vents for heat dissipation, or as well just looking overall nicer with a cooler design, more in-depth design, or more of a detailed design, which some people actually do prefer. And as right now, we actually have people now calling it out, saying that these are just actually boring, that these are lame, and these specifically are all these types of consoles. Because I want to remind you guys too, like, while I do think these look nice, they look slick, these are also already pretty much available. I do think the new versions are nicer. It is technically a new iteration, and as well, there's probably some sort of market research to pretty much discounting on, like, why they did it. But there is already a red one out there. Although a lot of folks were saying that the new red color looks a lot nicer, and even just based on the previews, I know obviously it's not always the same one-to-one, but like, it does look a lot nicer in the brand new Slim iteration. Same with the silver too as well. This silver looks more like a weird like green. This looks like more of like a closer to like an off-white, and it does look a little bit nicer. Same with the blue too as well. This is like a purple, weird bluey vibe. They have the sky blue. Like, all these are kind of really weird mixtures of colors where they kind of almost seem like fake and like very plastic, very like, lack of better terms, something they made in China and kind of reproduced on Amazon and sold. Versus like these newer ones, they seem more sleek, more designed well, fit with the brand new PlayStation 5 Slim, and I do think it's overall a little bit nicer in the design. I still think this is nice. Like, just because other people disagree with this one, I think it's nice. Would I pay the extra random 60 bucks for it? Probably not, but obviously other people out there have been spending the money on it because they are still available over on here on the website itself for the other prior, like older consoles, and as well they're making a new iteration for it. But at the same time, I do agree they need to go and step it up a little bit more. Saying Sony has made some pretty big reveals at Tech Showcase CS this year, a mixed reality headset, which I still think is cool, the brand new Gravity Rush movie, and a car you can control with the DualSense controller. So it makes desultory offerings in the new PS5 Slim colorways all the more disappointing. Red, blue, and silver, you say. Whatever next? Black? Yes, there's also black. Sony's significant smaller PlayStation 5 Slim was announced in October 2023 and released in November with the promise of more colorful options as well for side panels to come. So these are all of the ones that we're kind of showcasing over here. And we saw these over here too, but they're saying they're not really groundbreaking choices. And I do want to agree. I'm like trying to be like a contrarian a little bit where it is true. Like they're not really unique. They already had these colors, but they do look nicer. It's basically just a new iteration. But if they already had a PlayStation 2 as well. Saying let's be reasonable. They're a good red, blue, and silver. I agree. Each has the look of a shiny new car rather than the awfully plastic Lego colors that consoles usually receive. Also, like I said, and even highlighted myself. And the much better than the thick PS5 options, the colors' official names are Volcanic Red, Cobalt Blue, and Sterling Silver. And if you ask for them by those names in your local store, the staff are allowed to stare at you, unblinking for up to a full minute in their thing. So while the default white PS5 Slim has a mix of the glossy and matte panels, these are all actually matte, which is a big highlight, and I think it's still a big improvement that should have been really initially released on the PlayStation 5 Slim regardless. I do think that was a done design decision. Same will cost you $55 for the privilege, and it does seem like a lot of money for these purely aesthetic casing, but at the same exact time, we'll probably see new cooler ones, whether from other websites like D-Brand, or as well other like just maybe upgrades from PlayStation. Now, I do want to go and say though that I think it's cool, but people don't like it. Like people are not happy with it. We saw a lot more people kind of agreeing with this, where they wanted something a little bit more flashy, a little bit new. Like we already had these options before. Give us something better. Give us something cool. And while it is a smaller issue in the grand scheme of things, we did see a lot of outrage for it. Now, obviously, I'm kind of cool with it. I don't think I'm too invested into it. And as long as they work and they're optional, like, I think it's cool, but at the same time, it is nuts. But I was trying to go and say that other various places, such as, say, like Xbox, have a lot more unique, custom designable, say, controllers to make things nicer, to make things better, to make things cooler. And they have a chance to go have your own, you go to the website and make your own custom Xbox controller. I think at the end of the day, that's cool. That's sick. I like it. And I'd rather have something like that from PlayStation than giving me random options. Now, they might make a lot more money or can mass produce these console covers, which makes sense. But I'd also like it if I could have my name, my gamer tag, maybe like even cool custom designs, like a Kratos, a Spider-Man, whatever it might be, on my console itself. And that's kind of what Xbox does do well. They have a lot of reusable controllers, custom controllers, many different types of pre-made controllers, and as well, you can quite literally make your own custom controllers, as I mentioned to as well. And at the same time, too, it's cool, and they're going to release more stuff, but a lot of folks have just been kind of sad to see because they just expect a little bit more, especially with options that, like, say, Xbox has, which is their big main competitors. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments. Do you think it's a big deal? Do you guys not think it's a big deal? Let me know. We've also had a few other kind of big highlights over here saying that Sea of Thieves PS5 rumor is now corroborated with even more reliable folks, which has kind of been the big tracking thing, saying that Tilitio says that he's been unable to verify the Sea of Thieves in PS5 is still in Microsoft's plans, and his request for a statement from the company has understandably been denied. So it's intriguing to go and see this, and some folks are also kind of saying that he's a little bit more connected to as well. But they also have had a lot more folks, say Tim Stewart mentioned that they want to bring more games on top of that one, and as well even some other folks too that we've even seen in Australia highlighting this might be coming. So it's kind of a big 50-50, and a lot of folks are kind of like assuming and discussing it could go either way. Some people could be against it or not really fully sure. We've also been seeing some brand new big hype around Stellar Blade, which is going to be the actual apparently most wanted PS5 game of 2024, because we also don't really know if there's anything else coming out in the near future. I will play this game. It gives me a lot of near vibes, and I'm very excited for it. And as well, apparently it's also one of the more updating games too as well. I feel like the most favorite and most anticipated game in terms of press and comments and everything else. And I cannot wait to play this game because they used to call it Project Eve back in the day. It's been out for a while, and at this point, it's just we like these fluid, cool, weeby style games and making everything a lot more cooler and nicer. So I cannot wait for that too as well. And on top of that too, we've also still been seeing just kind of nifty things over here, where one of the most anticipated 2022 games is coming over here too. called the Mortality. It's coming to PlayStation 5, which actually are very cool because it had really, really good perfect scores. And also people can explore mysteries through live action film clips, which I always love these types of games a lot myself. I played other games such as like Late Shift, etc. And I'm actually very excited for this one. Had very good reviews and people are very, very excited for it at the end of the day. So while people might be upset about the color and design choices from PlayStation, I do think there's a lot of cool potential options shown over here at the end of the day too. So give me your thoughts. Like, are you guys going to buy a brand new console cover or not? Are you guys excited for Stellar Blade or other various games such as Sea of Thieves coming to PlayStation? Let me know in the comment section down below. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below. We have the Samsung phone pre-orders too as well. And I appreciate you guys who want to subscribe. We'll have another video. I'll throw later on throughout tonight too as well. Love you guys.